So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trauma Theory, new game week, new match, important match. First things first, however, happy birthday to my father. The reason I'm a Roma fan is because of him. It's his birthday today, so everyone in the live chat and in the comments if you're watching this non-live, spam happy birthday to my father, and I want 100 likes on this live stream. We reached 100 likes when it was my mother's birthday, same with my father. We're going at the stadium together on Thursday for the big game against Feyenoord. And if this video doesn't reach 100 likes for him, we're not going through to the next round. So yeah, smash and do all of that. Udinese on Sunday and Feyenoord on Thursday. The hardest thing about this game will be balancing our focus, because this is that classic game before such an important game that Roma never gets right, because the players are already starting to focus on Thursday's game. And I think it's the wrong attitude. We know it's the wrong attitude because it never works. I think we have to play this game as if we don't have a game on Thursday. Because if we play this game thinking about Thursday's game, I hate to say it, but we're not going far. Out of the two, I'll be honest here, out of this game on Sunday and Thursday's game on against Feyenoord, I'm more scared about this one. I am more scared about this one because I know that the team will be concentrated for the Feyenoord game. I am not too convinced the team will be concentrated in this game. We need to get 2 wins from the next 2 games. 2 crucial games in 2 completely different tournaments. And the first one is Udinese. Now, obviously, I expect a little bit of a turnover, but nothing major, because this game is as important as Feyenoord's game. If we slip this up, then top 4 becomes a mess again. So we really have to give a continuation to that Torino performance. And yeah, we're here to speak about the game. Match preview, attitude of 2 games. We'll speak about them for a second, then I'll give my predicted 11. And then I'm also going to give my betting tip on this game. I know people are already starting to probably hate on me because I've put Pellegrini in the predicted 11. Again, it's not who I would pick, it's who I think Mourinho will pick. So I think Pellegrini fits in there, even after the missed penalty. But let's speak about them, because they are a team which started the season really, really well. I mean, they started the season like they weren't Udinese. Right? They started the season as if they were a team with big objectives, with big ambitions. And as predicted, the second half of the season, they are a completely different team. At the start of the season, they actually reached some very high positions. I remember in the first game weeks, they were actually in the top 4. And they beat us 4-0. Against Udinese, it was the only game of the season where we actually had a defensive catastrophe. Because otherwise, our defense has been solid throughout the entire season. So, I think that our defense has improved from that game, and Udinese have weakened. And I think it will bring a more balanced game from the last time we faced against them. But they were a team which have got some interesting players. I think they've got 3 interesting players out of all. I think they have got Bekau in defense, who is physical, and we lack goals. And if we have a tough defender to play against, it could be even harder to score. And then the most valuable player of the team is Udogie, who is a Tottenham player on loan to Udinese. He's the player which scored the first goal against us with that Karsdorp mistake. He's very fast, very, very fast. And we need good defensive skills against him. And then the third player is Beto, who's the striker, who in the last game against Monza has reached the double figure goals. He reached 10 goals in one season. Good striker. I think obviously our defense is good at pocketing strikers. It really is, especially if we start with the big defenders. If we start with Chris Smalling, I don't see massive problems on Beto. I think the problems could come from the 2 fullbacks. again, as seen in yesterday's game, that goal was born because of fullbacks. It wasn't Smalling who didn't defend, it was Zalewski who didn't defend. So I think it could be a sneaky game, but I'm more worried about this than Feyenoord. I'll be very honest here. I'm being dead serious. I am more scared about this one than Feyenoord. Because the big thing in this game is concentration and focus. Something which I know as a matter of fact the team will have on Thursday. Because obviously you have concentration and focus. In this game, it's one of those games where Roma could easily slip up. Especially because, the team morale isn't great. Because we've got a nightmare of injuries. Dybala injured, Tammy injured, Solbakken injured. Pellegrini missed a penalty and he's the captain of this team. We lost the first leg in the Netherlands. We're not living a great of moments. But on the other hand, we were third in the league, and winning this game could bring us further into that top 4 race. So I think it's a game of 2 halves. My predicted 11. Interesting fact on Udogie, which could influence this game. Udogie had a car crash 2 days ago. He basically was found driving at night, very late at night, around 3 a.m. and he crashed against a cafe in Udine, where Udinese is from. He did not get injured. The car and the bar were completely destroyed. No deaths were obviously involved. He's fine, and Udinese have not punished him, meaning he'll be there for the game. However, when you have a car crash 2 days ago, you can't have a great game. I mean, you can't. That's the reason why, as much as he's the best player in this team, I don't expect him to completely obliterate the fullback. But that's a fun fact I wanted to share. I mean, not that it has a massive impact on the game, but it could. These players are humans too, and they commit mistakes, and when someone commits a mistake, they have some consequences. So, predicted 11, I think it's tough and easy at the same time. It's tough because we need to pick our strongest players, maybe with a little bit of a turnover, but I really mean like a few details, because we have to get 3 points in this game. And easy because we don't have much pick. We've got 3 players injured, and that means that at least 3 positions in our lineup are completely confirmed. Rui Patricio in goal. 3 defenders at the back. I am starting Llorente again because he's had a clean sheet. He's had a clean sheet in the first 2 games he played as a starting player. Smalling has to start, fresh from a new contract, and Mancini will start next to him. Ibanez still has to get back from that Derby catastrophe, so I'm starting Llorente in this game. I want to be sure. I don't want, and plus Udinese are a pretty fast team. Definitely one of the fastest teams in the league, and we know Ibanez with fast teams. He falls under too much pressure, even though yesterday he played a semi-solid game. But I am starting Llorente in this, because I think we will see more rotations between the two, especially because Llorente is convincing a lot. My 4 midfielders. Spina starting. But on the other side, I think Zalewski will rest, and I think Cilic will start. That's the only little minor turnover detail which I think Mourinho will adopt. Resting Zalewski and starting what's his name? Cilic. Cilic needs a good game because, as I said, he's got Udogie on his side. And Zalewski, I think, needs to rest because he's been playing solid lately, and he's one of those players which can change Thursday's game. But as I said, we got to focus on this game first. But I think Cilic will have it. He got subbed in the last minutes in Rotterdam, so I think he'll have his chance. My 2 central midfielders are Gini and Cristante. No Matic. I think he'll rest and start on Thursday. So that's the other little turnover detail. Gini has look. I think in a period of time where Dybala's injured. By the way, little update on Dybala. It's nothing major. Tammy has a way more serious injury than Dybala. Tammy's gonna be out for 1 month. He has the same injury that Solbakken got. So Dybala, I'm reading it was most of it was a precaution. He did feel something wrong in his muscle, but 80% of that substitution was a precaution. And it's good. It's good because the more Dybala we have, the more chances we have to score. And the more chances we have to score, the more goals we'll score. And the more goals we'll score, the more points we'll get. So Dybala's going to miss this game 100%. But there is a little chance that he could start on Thursday against Feyenoord. Long story short, it's not as serious as people expected, which is good. And I think in these 1/2 games where Dybala won't play, Gini has the most important position of all. Important responsibility of all. Because he has to put that transition in, which he's been showing in games, but he can do more. He can do more, and he has to play like he played against Sampdoria. That's the ideal performance that we want from Gini in this game. And Cristante next to him, and up front, this is interesting. Here we go. El Shaarawy, because Dybala's injured, and Pellegrini. As I said, again, this is not who I pick. This is who I think Mourinho will pick. So there is no need to blast me about Pellegrini in the predicted 11. Because, as you probably see, Pellegrini is going to start this game. A few words on Pellegrini. He's living a shit moment. He's living a very bad moment. He's missed a penalty, which makes things worse. But again, I mean, look, it's these games where if we want him to be back, it's these games where we have to hope that he has a good performance. And I know we've been giving a lot of minutes to him. I know. And it could be argued that other players deserve it more. But at the end of the day, I just think Mourinho won't rest him. Jose will not rest Pellegrini, and he needs to lift himself. The only possible outcome of him lifting himself from this bad moment is him playing good and starting scoring goals. And I know that's controversial because he's not doing that, but the only way for him to start playing well is to play, which is controversial again. But I hope you get the point. I wouldn't start Pellegrini in this game. I think Pellegrini needs to just reflect upon this stage for a second. Just sit down and just reflect on it. But this is who I think Mourinho will start. And he's gonna start Pellegrini. Up front, Belotti. Now look, Tammy's out for a month, meaning Belotti's gonna be our starting player for 1 month. This next month is going to determine Belotti's future. So, look, that's an incentive for him to play good. Because if he doesn't, then he's going to be sold this summer. We're not going to renew his contract. So, and look, at the end of the day, I love Tammy. I prefer Tammy to Belotti. But as things stand, at time of speaking, having Belotti or Abraham on the pitch gives no difference whatsoever. That's why I think we should pray for Dybala's injury more than Tammy's. And I know that's immoral to say that because we want everyone at its best. But Tammy's injury is not going to influence us. Because having Tammy or no Tammy at time of speaking gives no difference. You know, one thing which I'll say from the match reaction, which I missed, but one thing which I will say, hang on a second, let me quickly get this because it's starting to get dark, so I'll be back in 1 second. I just need to put the light on, the second light on, because it's becoming dark. Right, let me put it on. There we go. So the one thing which I'll say from yesterday's game is that I am more worried about Tammy Abraham's fitness and how Tammy Abraham is playing than Pellegrini. I feel worse for Tammy than Pellegrini. I truly do. Because Tammy's season has been already bad. You add this injury, it really doesn't help. But Tammy on that pitch right now gives nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only contact he had yesterday, the only physical contact he had with the defender yesterday, he got injured. A striker has to be physical. And our striker is not physical. With that being said, right now, between Belotti and Tammy Abraham, there is no difference whatsoever. So Belotti is going to start this game, and El Shaarawy and Pellegrini behind him. El Shaarawy is one of those players which need a masterclass of a performance now that Dybala is out, which leads me on to my betting tip. I have studied this, as every betting tip I give you. There's a lot of studying behind the scenes. My betting tip on this one is El Shaarawy to have a contribution. Either score or assist. Because it's these games where El Shaarawy lifts himself and shows how good he is. When the morale is down, when our biggest player is out, he turns into that biggest player. And he's the only player in this predicted 11 which can invent something and score a banger of a goal. With that being said, my betting tip for Roma against Udinese, I'm not going to give you winners, non-winners, or scores, because as I said, I'm more worried about this than Feyenoord, meaning it could be a sneaky game. What I'm going to say is El Shaarawy to start, El Shaarawy to have a goal or an assist. Therefore, aka a contribution. That's my betting tip. Let's read some comments and then I will end the stream. Deulofeu is indeed still injured. Happy birthday to him. Thank you very much. Pellegrini out. His head is clearly not in the game. No confidence whatsoever. Emotionless. The only reason he will be playing is because our squad depth is not there. Maybe he can improve next week. I fully agree on that. I fully agree on that statement. Fully. When is Ola coming back? A month. Even more, maybe. I think and hope it will be a classic 1-0 Roma win. Yeah. Could be. It's that classic game which I would not be surprised 1 centimeter if we lose. I wouldn't be surprised. Because it's those games before a European vital game that you've lost. It's one of those games where Roma just goes, right, I am not going to focus today because I've got the biggest game on Thursday, so I'm not going to risk anything. And it's wrong. That's wrong. If we do that, we're going to lose. I'm calling it. We have to score a goal in the first half. That's the objective. Score a goal in the first half. Because if we score more goals in the first half, then we can allow rotations. Maybe put Kamara in. Kamara was just falling in a well. What happened to him? You see what I mean? We're going to lose 4-0 again. Jose is going to use Pellegrini again for him to show that he's worthy captain. Ibanez was great against Feyenoord. I think Bove should start. Bove starting is a good shout, but I do think we can't allow too much turnover because we need the 3 points. Gini shouldn't start, to be honest, as we need his energy for Feyenoord. Yeah, I agree with this, but I feel like a lot of you guys are underestimating this game. The importance of this game is vital. Milan is going to lose points. They're playing away at Bologna. Bologna is scary. Atalanta are playing away at Fiorentina. Inter are playing at home against Monza. A lot of teams can slip up. We can slip up too. But if they slip up and we get the 3 points, it's a completely different thing. We have to get 3 points on Sunday. I don't care if look, we can also win against Feyenoord and go to the next round. But we have to win on Thursday. We have to. That's the first step. Before even thinking about Feyenoord and beating them and come back, we have to get 3 points against this team. We truly have to. Pellegrini should not be captain. We have better leaders on the team. Cristante, Mancini, Smalling, Spina. Maybe we'll wait until the end of the season and give to Mancini or Smalling. We aren't losing. Draw will be the worst outcome. Look, I like that positivity. I think a draw would be terrible in this game because we need a win. But at least people are saying we aren't losing. Hashtag positivity. We need the points. I agree. Will you boo Pellegrini if you go to the Olympico? No. I'm not going to boo Pellegrini. He is going to get booed, but he's not going to get booed from me. And, I mean, that has no little impact. He's still going to get booed. But look, and again, people are probably going to say I kiss Pellegrini's ass and defend him always. As a matter of fact, I never boo anyone. As a matter of just moral, on a human and moral level, I never boo anyone. Tammy can score 7 own goals and I not boo him. You see? So I don't boo anyone, but that's just who I am. But I know Pellegrini will be booed, and that is something which I'm going to capture from the stadium vlog. And hopefully those boos will make him reconsider his moment. And I just think it's written in the stars that either against Udinese or Feyenoord, Pellegrini scores. I think it's written in the stars. It's written everywhere. It's written... I mean, look, karma has to help us sometimes. Feels like karma is always against us. Pellegrini is living one hell of a tough season. For God's sake, can karma please help us? Everyone throwing shit Pellegrini, surely karma will help him. Surely. It's written in the stars. In fact, I'm going to call it. Pellegrini is either going to score this game or Feyenoord. 100%. 100%. It's written. It's written. You open the Bible, it's the first thing it's written there. 100%. But my betting tip on this one is El Shaarawy to have a contribution. Inter could drop points to Monza, not gonna lie. I think I think Milan is more likely to lose points this weekend. But yeah, look. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to be part of a WhatsApp fan forum, send me your phone number with your country's prefix over at info.thesimonShow@gmail.com. I haven't opened my emails in the last few days, so I'm going to add anyone right now if anyone sent it in these last few days. Also, wish my dad happy birthday in the comments. I said it at the start. I want 100 likes in this live stream for him. I'm a Roma fan for that man. So, smash that thumbs up and do all of that. And yeah. I'll be at the stadium on Sunday, so stadium vlog will come, but I will gonna catch you tomorrow for another update. Let's try to be positive. I'm always seeking the positive side. I know we lost against Feyenoord. We are gonna come back that game, but I'm more scared about this one. And I just think before focusing on that game, we gotta focus on this game. What is this bad karma that Pellegrini deserves? What if this is bad karma that Pellegrini deserves? Opening up a spectrum of philosophies. I don't know. I always mention karma because I'm a very superstitious person. I really am. I really am a very superstitious person. I believe in luck and fortune, and I truly think that Pellegrini surely needs some luck. I mean, you look at his last Instagram post. He's been threatened. His family's been threatened. His children have been threatened. And that's not what you want to see. Something up there will help him. I've said my prediction. Pele struggling, but man, oh man, Tammy is costing us games with how ineffectual he is. That's what I'm saying. I think I'm more worried about Tammy Abraham's fitness than Pellegrini. But look, let's try and get 2 wins in the next 2 games because it would be absolutely massive. I'll catch you soon. I'll catch you tomorrow. Simon, out.